What's up, people? It's Nature Girl 30 here, and this is my Raw review for April 22nd. I'm going to be honest with y'all. This was a mediocre Raw. This Raw could have been better, but it was not. Especially the fact that it's in the UK. For crying out loud. If you have fans that are overseas, at least give them love. At least give them some kind of support. Number one, there was no Wade Barrett. Where's Wade Barrett? Is there something I missed? And if there was, leave a comment in the comment section below. I have no idea. You have one of your own in the Divas Battle Royal, and she loses to AJ. Yeah, I know there's some AJ fans out there, and I have a lot of words to say about her because I do not like AJ at all. I really don't, especially the fact that she has not earned anything. And I've already said my piece about how I feel about her, and I'm not getting into it. But I will say this. She did not earn that shot. But I'm sick of the popularity contest, and she ends up being the #1 contender for the Divas belt for a really failing division at Extreme Rules. Yay. But anyway, another thing that kind of pissed me off the most was the fact that you got William Regal out there, somebody I haven't seen in a long time, really happy. I almost marked out. And I don't mark out. And I was so happy to see him out there. And I love Fandango. I'm Fandangoing. I know the Fandango-ish thing, move, whatever. And I even have it on my phone. And I Fandango every time the phone rings. But I will say this. It doesn't make any sense to put him over anymore. You know why? Because he's not being put over by people. Only by his music. Period. When his music plays, that's what people are waiting for. And even though the music is the most popular thing, he's being put over automatically because it's his entrance music. People are waiting for that to sound. He does not need to be put over by legends anymore. He just needs to show up. That's it. Period. And another thing. Where's half the roster? What happened to half the roster? There was nobody there. Except for the usual casual people. I mean, you don't have Wade Barrett, and he's the IC champion. What happens in the Miz? I know Miz kind of vanished. He's probably on vacation or whatever. But you got Wade Barrett as the IC champion. He wasn't there. You got Kofi Kingston as the US champion now. He wasn't there. Half the Divas division wasn't there. Half the regular roster wasn't there. What happened? Did everybody get some kind of DUI? And I know that, yeah, sure, we know the reason why Jack Swagger ain't there. We, the people, we get it. But still, why in the world was half the roster gone? Did everybody get DUIs over the weekend? But, good grief. But I have to say that there was a few highlights. Two highlights that I can actually talk about. One was Chris Jericho. When Chris Jericho came out there and hit Fandango in the back of the head and stole his dancer, classic pimp move right there, and I loved it. Another thing. Okay, I'm going to say three things. The second, the crowd. The crowd was like the best crowd. But come on. When it comes to going to the UK, have you ever heard a crowd in the UK that doesn't suck? No! They're always awesome. Just like in Chicago, just like in Miami, just like in Jersey. They're awesome crowds. And I mean, I had fun watching the crowd, whether than watching some of the matches. I loved it. And number three, The Undertaker. The fact that The Undertaker hasn't been on Raw for 3 years really shows me that he is doing his farewell tour. I don't care what anyone says. The Undertaker is going to retire at WrestleMania 30 because when it came to all those years, after WrestleMania, you never heard or spoke of him again till the following year. But the fact that he's on Raw after 3 years is showing that this is going to be his last. He's going to go out 21-0. He's not going to go to 25-0. As much as we think he will be, the fact that he's actually being on TV a lot more often shows that he is doing his farewell tour. You can go back and look at every single wrestler that has retired over the years. Ric Flair being one of them. And when Ric Flair was about to go out, he was on TV more times than I can count, which is great for me. But on the real, The Undertaker's last match is WrestleMania 30, and I'm really hoping that Dean Ambrose is going to be the guy that is going to be the guy he fights against. I'm going to say that right now. You saw my video. You know how I feel about it, and I'm leaving it at that. But honestly, that was probably my third highlight of the night. But the suckiest, worst segment ever of the night was the end. Now, I will say this. It was not because of Ryback. It was not because of Mick Foley. It was because of John Cena. Now, I have no beef with John Cena. John Cena, in my opinion, in my eyes, is the true golden boy babyface of the PG era. He represents his character well, and I respect that. But the one thing that really did piss me off the most was the fact that he interrupted one of the most innovative segments, one of the best segments of the night. One of the best segments of the night. It was fine when Ryback and Mick Foley were there. He was not needed. He was not needed at all. Mick Foley is known for putting people over by the segments alone. He can actually bring out the emotion of any character, of any wrestler that's in the ring with him. Even though Ryback has a personality, well, actually, even though Ryback has the emotions of a snail, if snails actually do have emotions, I will say this. He's great when showing his aggression, but he's bad when showing emotion. When it comes to him being frustrated, he sucks at that. When it's come to him being aggressive and showing how dominant he can be, he's great at that on the mic. He's great at that on the mic. I will give him that. But even if he sucks on the mic for one little tweak or one little area of his character, Mick Foley can improve on that. He can balance it out without even trying. John Cena, him interrupting, trying to get Foley's back was not worth, I mean, it wasn't any rhyme or reason why he did it. And not only that, John Cena's been pulling off heel, he's been acting like a heel for the last few weeks. Seriously. Stop teasing us already. Either you're going to turn him heel or you won't turn him heel. If you don't turn him heel, leave it alone. Stop teasing us. Stop poking fun at us because we asking you to turn him heel. Leave it alone. Because the segment got, I'm not going to say it got ruined, but it was affected when John Cena got involved. It would have made more sense for him to get involved if the Shield was going to come out and actually attack both Mick Foley and Ryback. But when John Cena left the ring, it took the whole babyface rule right out the window. Seriously, he was not needed at all. And with him interrupting that really great segment, in my eyes, that bothered me to no end. But like I said before, this was a mediocre Raw. It could have been better. There were a lot of segments that were highlights for me, and there were a lot of lowlights. And there were some segments that didn't make any sense. But all in all, I will say this. It was mediocre. I can't say anything. I can't say anything else but mediocre. That's the only thing that can come up in my head right now. But I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. Leave your comments in the comment section below or send me a video response. I want to hear how you feel about tonight's Raw. It's Mediocre 30 signing off. Peace out. Later.